Alright folks, welcome to another league with AmuLIT Titan. Trying out some new stuff. Problem command. Have not been sold on this. Lots of cards that I have not yet very much tried. Relic Excavator we haven't been able to cast so far. Radiant Fountains here, for example, haven't been able to cast this one so far either. So far Tracker has been very good, a lot better than it used to be. Been very happy with Tracker. Obviously, like Sage and Force of Vigor need no introduction. Bailout has been great. Hornet Queen I have literally not been able to cast so far since I've started playing into her again. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, maybe it's worth it, maybe it isn't. Couldn't tell you. I can tell you that it used to be good. Oh man, this hand is so close. If any of these were an untapped land, we are on the play though. Okay, we're on the play. Just convinced myself to keep this hand. I'm gonna get super punished by it, but it's okay. I'm ready. My body's ready. Sad face. Still fine though, still fine. Explore is okay. And it looks like my opponent's not playing an aggressive / combo deck. Or maybe they had to mulligan. Is my opponent just an honest Jundo? Honest Jundo? Alright. And tap land off the top. One time. Let's go. Black-green. Assassin's Trophy. So this is amazing for us. Like what just happened basically tells me that my opponent is not very familiarized with this matchup. So that was a really bad play from them. They basically time walked themselves for no real upside. Which I'm of course excited about happening. Here they're gonna Liliana. I'm just gonna pitch this stupid Gracer to it. Don't care about it. This Assassin's Trophy could have hit one of my prime times, and instead it hit an irrelevant land, so I am ecstatic about what just happened. Oh, a natural Primeval Titan. That's one that wins the game. So what am I bitching to this Liliana? I think I'm just bitching the Ghost Quarter. I feel like I do want the second green source, because the second green source means that even if they blow up my Gruul Turf, we're still fine. We still get to cast Titan, and Titan just wins. So each player discards a card. You got me. Here, have this Ghost Quarter. Ha! We would have traded that, so this card made sense. I think we're looking fine here. Not over the moon over the current state of affairs, but I'm also not particularly concerned about it. If we find the land, we're going to be able to kill this Liliana, which is going to be obviously good for us. Opponent gets back Ravine. Get in there, Bloodbraid. Coward. It's not what we're looking for. But this allows me to put a couple of Kalni tokens into play, which protects my Titan from a discard spell, which is not bad. So we get a couple of blockers. Of course, we have to watch out because Renin 6 pings the Kalni tokens, right? There was also the option of back team for Dryad, and you know, that kind of stuff. But this seems better, especially considering that my opponent is down an Assassin's Trophy. Plant down. Mayday. Mayday, plant down. Seasoned Pyromancer. Things are looking pretty good for us here. And if we untap, we obviously just win. Opponent could draw. What could they draw? Like Thoughtseize exactly? It's not Thoughtseize. Llevo 4 meses jugando AmuLIT y me sigue pareciendo complicadísimo. Endiablado. Qué buen término, endiablado. Sí, es una belleza. Come back upon we weren't done? Yeah, for real. What is that nonsense of conceding to the random Colossal Dreadmaw? What do I think of combining Colossus in the meta? I think that is definitely an option. I think that is definitely an option. I am not discarding the possibility of Colossus just being better than Hornet Queen right now. Conceding what your opponents do their thing is rude. Yeah, I know. So inconsiderate. What is with my opponent keeping hands without turn 1 discard spell? It's a lot easier to beat John when they don't keep good hands. Lot easier. Contra John viene bien el camaleón. Sí, contra John y contra Shadow. Cualquier versión de Shadow y cualquier versión de John. Inclusive es bastante bueno contra Grixis Control o cosas así. What do you got for me, OP? What do you got for me? A Goyf. A 1/2 Tarmogoyf. Yeah, honestly, it just seems to me that my opponent is just not well versed in the matchup. That is what I think it's going on so far. Because they have been keeping hands that are just not gonna cut it. Unless they somehow have Blood Moon, or I guess they know about Stronghold, never mind, but I still want to protect this Stronghold, I think. But yeah, my opponent's just keeping hands they should be mulliganing. Like turn 2 Tarmogoyf is not gonna beat AmuLIT. Like maybe they have Ashiok, but even if they have Ashiok, like it's just whatever. Screws the Goyf, which is not exciting, but it's kind of okay. Blood Raid. They can luck suck into Ashiok maybe, but trophy. Like, what are they supposed to trophy here? Trophy my Dryad? Yeah. That's not it. I mean, though, I guess that actually makes sense, right? Because, like, my opponent is like, okay, I literally cannot beat anything. The only way that I win is if somehow you don't have another lane. So I guess, like, that one was actually fine. But what I'm trying to say is that overall, like, their plan just doesn't work. It just doesn't. Anyway. I don't think you move Goif plus Lily plus Lance. I don't agree. Like, how are you beating AmuLIT with that hand? If you have like a way to interact with my Dryad, and you also have a way to interact with my AmuLIT, and you also have like, you just need so many things. Like, if you're not playing Discard, the thing about the Discard spell is that the Discard spell pokes a hole in my hand, right? I need a couple of things to go right for me. Like, I need my cards to line up, and the Discard spell, that's exactly that. It's flexible in that it just makes it so they can actually hit the missing piece. But then if I'm not missing the piece that you're hitting, like we just saw right now, my opponent went turn 2 Goif, turn 3 Lily, and there's like, yeah, I just have another Dryad. Okay, and then like trophy your land, and it's just like, whatever, I have another bounce land. So you're just asking for trouble. Oh, we played against this player. Were they on blue red prowess, I think? Oh, okay. If they were, they changed. Drinking some mate in your honor. Guess we keep this. So I'm assuming that my opponent's on red-black shadow, right? If they're on red-black shadow, I don't want to take this damage, so I'm just going to pass. Even to play the Grazer. Though I guess if I had assumed that they were on red-black shadow, I should have bottomed the Grazer or the Explorer instead of the Pact. Okay, they are indeed on red-black shadow. Oddly enough, not the worst draw. Castle is the best draw, of course. Followed by just any land. Bounce land. Castle or bounce land are the worst draw right now. Bush is fine. Dryad is not a good draw. I'm gonna play this out though. It's bad if my opponent has Scourges, obviously, but Scourges I may be able to deal with thanks to Radiant Fountain. And this is a good exchange for us. Another Dryad sucks. Alright. Sure. It's getting there. I guess I'm not worried about shadows because there's an explosives in play, so. And I f6'd. Oh, I did it. Sweet. Bounce land. Collie Garden is not bad. Well, definitely got punished by that attack, but if they want to use a TBR here, we're very happy. I'll exchange a TBR for 7 damage any day of the week. Hook me up with a land, please! 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 Clap. Radiant Fountain is nice. Bailouts are okay. Queen, maybe it's fine, maybe it isn't. Unclear. Primal Command is kind of exciting. I guess I don't want Queen actually. Seems slow. Yeah, but I did say please though. No Blood Moon is nice. No Blood Moon to worry about is nice. So I didn't bring in Rex Sage, so Explorer is better than Gracer. I think so overall. So I think I want to play the Garen Break because I could find Explore. And if I find the forest, then I can just play Asusa or Dryad anyway, so it's not a big of a deal. It's a Shadow. Untap land. How about Pact? I'm gonna take 5 here. Take 2. I like to take 2. I can take 2. Pog. Well, this is a really awkward spot. I think we just play this out and say go. I don't want to play the Fountain just yet, because I think I'm gonna crack this in combat. And then if my opponent plays a Scourge second main, we can crack, we can gain 2. And it dies. Give me that green source, baby. I need that green source. I need that green source. Hook me up. Hook me up with that green source. I need it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of green source. Green source. God damn it. It's impossible for my opponent to not have removal for this Dryad. Yeah. Actually impossible. Damn it. Maybe this deck needs more lands, clearly. What's this? Just push. Alright. EE off the top. Hit me. Hit me with that EE. Engineered explosives. Oh, now you show up? Can only gain 2 life. Jump here, still die. I mean, I guess technically we can play both of our things. So, like, it's a shitty way to go about it, but yeah, we can go for the double chump. And then now, if we draw Titan, do we win? We may be able to steal it with a prime time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter which one we block. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, prime time off the top. Rub hands together. Prime time. That place. Yeah, speaking of heroes. Prime time? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. So we can't beat TBR, right? We can't beat TBR. So we don't play around TBR. Just make 2 plant tokens. Do you think if AmuLIT will be well positioned in the new meta? I think that there's a lot of things to be trying out right now. So it's a good time to have some fun with AmuLIT. Whether it's going to be tier 1 or not, that's an entirely different question. But AmuLIT tends to thrive in metagames that are well established, and right now the metagame is not well established, so once we get to a point where everybody knows what the meta looks like, it's going to be a lot easier for AmuLIT to be good. Just Bog doesn't do anything, right? Like, my opponent's bubble is in play, so like they can make a 2-drop and shit like that. It just doesn't matter. I'm just gonna Valakut them to death. So again, I can't beat TBR, so we're not gonna play around it. Yeah, that plays. Jesus, the reaps. The rips are real. The rips are real. I'm not gonna argue with that. Also, I should have tapped this blue source. Not that it matters, but... we are still dead to TBR here. And we're out of explosives. So we're gonna crack right now. We're gonna bounce. We're gonna transmute 1, 2, 3. Then we Dryad. Yeah, Radiant Fountain just doesn't do anything, so we're just gonna do Valakut plus Growth Chamber. So they can throw Swift Spear under the bus, go to 1. Huh. They just chump. Well, I fucked up there. If I knew they were gonna chump, I was going to assign all of the damage to the Lurrus, so my opponent's shadow became smaller. So that was a mistake on my part. They can't dismember, so... We're still just dead to exactly Timur Battle Rage. They can just pay black. Yeah, now they can pay black, right? They couldn't pay black last turn because they only had 1 mana up. Shitter MTG. Thank you, Otval. Those were some timely top decks, to say the least. Those were some timely top decks. That's why we play 3 copies of Engineered Explosives, right? EE into Titan into EE, yeah, I know. Not bad. Not half bad. Not half bad. Alright, what do we got here? Death Firm Bob. Not a good hand. Back in my day, we played Trinket Mage to find EE. Oh, those were the times, man. Those were some sexy, sexy times. These hands are not very good, chat. Nope. We are down to 4 though, so I'm just gonna keep this one. How is Colossal Dreadnought so good in this new modern meta? Because Colossal Dreadnought just was never bad. Bottom that, bottom that, bottom that. Ooh, opponent also moves to 4, but if they're playing Tron or Dredge, their 4 is gonna be better than our 4. Is Toski a meme or a real contender? In AmuLIT? A meme. In other decks? I don't know. But yeah, it's not a card that I would play in my AmuLIT decks, I'll tell you that much. in Stoneblade. It could be okay. Like I played Band Blade the other day, and it was kind of impressive. Like we got a couple of little ancestral recalls going, thanks to Toski, which was pretty exciting. Sakama in this meta. Sakama in no metas. Is my opponent's hand non-functional enough? Is my opponent's hand is non-functional enough? We might actually have a shot here. I'm gonna pact for... We're 1 mana too short for that. I think I'm pacting for Azusa. I have to back for Azusa here instead of Dryad, because Dryad loses to my opponent's onboard expedition map, because they can find Ghost Quarter and kill me on my upkeep. Mistaken love Sakama. Mistaken can be wrong. In fact, Mistaken is wrong. If he likes Sakama, he is wrong. I mean, if you want to meme, it's fine, right? I don't fault anybody for memeing. Memeing is cute and everything, but I like to build my AmuLIT decks to be competitive. And Sakama does exactly the opposite. I'm curious if the Guru lands you use make a difference so long as you have Semi-Growth Chamber. Well, it depends on how you're building your deck, right? If you're doing something like splashing a color for whatever reason, and if you're splashing white, then they should all be Celestial Sanctuary, so you have some extra white sources, right? Stuff like that. Very unfortunate this is. Are we just fine here? If they luck sack another Ursus power plant, we're obviously fucked. We can't beat the Ulamog, but... I mean... Sure. They -6. We attack. Clear Eugene. Are we just fine here? We're just fine. Stronghold, Growth Chamber. I obviously set this up last turn when I got the Bodos Garrison. Attack Eugene. T-West and Growth Chamber. They don't complete Tron. That's huge. That's just massive. Now we get to Time Walk them. Go to combat. The opponent has to crack Oblivion Stone right now. They do. No stone cracked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we just cast Titan here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can actually just cast Titan. So target non-creature permanent top of his owner's hand. Search your life for a creature card. Primeval Titan, Castle Gerenbrig. Cast Primeval Titan. The good old Time Walk plus Demonic Tutor. You love to see it. Good old Time Walk plus Demonic Tutor. Thragtusk. Oh, fancy seeing you here. Fancy seeing you here, Thrag Daddy. Is this just lethal? I think this may be just lethal. Yeah, this is just lethal. Very lethal. Very, very lethal. Our green lad is better than opponent's green lad. Yep. Better than opponent's green lad and better than opponent's colorless lad. So, cast Pact. Get Dryad. 1, 2, 3. That's a Dryad. 1, 2, 3. Transmute Pact. I guess. Blue and blue. Transmute. Another Summon Respect. Primeval Titan. What basics are those with the awful frame? They are Ikoria. That was cool. Yeah, that was the game that we moved to 4. I assume opponent's playing the Great Creator. Unclear, but I'm gonna assume that they are. That was a really nice showing for Primal Command. That was a really good showing for Primal Command. 5 mana Time Walk plus Demonic Tutor did stuff. It did stuff. I was addicted to AmuLIT, but then finally broke free from that addiction. But just watching you 1.5 make me relapse again. Why would you ever not be addicted to AmuLIT? Look at this. Look at this. Why would you not want to be addicted to AmuLIT? It's basically all I want in life. Just to AmuLIT. Giant here. There is an actual argument for naming a Dryad. I'm lagging so badly right now. I think I'm just gonna bear with me for a second. But I'm lagging past the point of damn, that was really bad. So this is an aggressive mold deck like Tron? Yes and no at the same time. So you can keep a pretty... You can keep a pretty reasonable amount of draws. It's more of a matter of what's your plan in the matchup, what matters in the matchup, and it's also more so the fact that you get to mulligan. It's not so much of you have to mulligan. Okay, MTGO is just not doing well right now. You top deck as well as me, every hand is keepable. Well, I mean, that's part of the skill, right? Like, exactly the opposite. Like, you see how much I'm mulliganing in a matchup, and I'm looking for hands that I know that can win the matchup. I'm not just keeping random hands that maybe would get there against some deck. Like, I know that I'm getting paired against Tron, so I want to make sure, like, this hand just wins on turn 3, right? I could have kept the 7 or the 6, but... So... Great Creator beats me. Big Boy Karn beats me. Blast Zone is what they get. So that tells me that, yeah, they already have Tron. Well, that's good. Well, I can't do that, but we get to cast the Titan here, which is not bad. What are my options here? I can't kill. We have already made our land drop. I can 16 my opponent here, but I can't actually just dead them. I can, however, just go square them into Oblivion, which seems like a good line. $3,060, no big. $3,060. Just don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just casting some Primeval Titans. It's the opposite. You have to do exclamation point deck instead of deck exclamation point. Opponent thinks it's a good line too. Yeah, they agree. They're like, oh yeah, you saw the line. Sweet. They agreed that I took the superior line. Good to know. This hand is super interesting. I think I'm keeping it on the play. Super interesting because we have access to castle. Do you think I would have a place in tier 1 at the new meta? I don't know if tier 1, but it'll definitely be a form. In some form, it will be present in the metagame. Please let us be playing against some form of aggro deck. Get its creeps once you have a deck you love and it's free again. It's really hard not to play it. I'm just not good at lane AmuLIT style decks, or I would probably love it as well. It's just time. Just like everything, it's just time. Not bad, I guess. Again, like, it's a numbers game. I'm more likely to find a bounce land than I am to find the other thing. So Not an easy matchup, by the way. Scales is a challenging deck for us. Would love to find either a bounce land of any of the green bounce lands, or kind of any green source, period. Any green source, period, should be fine. That welding jar is very good right now, though. I think we just pass. Primal Command kind of looks like Mate. Yes! Yes! I have finally understood why I like Primal Command so much. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Oh, man. Yeah. My opponent's definitely on living that Scales life. I love it. Even Zero looking a tad better right now. Opponent's a friend of mine, sick with Scales. Nice. Yeah, my opponent's 3, I know. No joke. Definitely no joke. I'm gonna start here, see if my opponent does anything. They do. Smart. Good timing. So that being the case, we're just gonna pass here. You moment if you remember AmuLIT with Hive Mind, you're walking Skeleton if you remember Hive Mind with Sitting Song. Yeah, Hive Mind with Sitting Song was before my time. Jacob Hobbs, thank you for that follow. What are we doing here? This is a super interesting turn. That's why I wanted to lead with explosives, because it would force my opponent to do something. I don't think I'm cracking here, because if I crack here, my opponent regions the Ballista, and I'm facing 2 Thopters and a 3/3 Ballista because of the Osolith, so I'm not interested in that. If they have a Ravager, that one is actually a big deal. They don't have Scales just yet. But I'm honestly not sure what I want to transmute for. I could also just crack on end step. I think I'm gonna do that. We can crack on end step, and then we maybe Primal Command. Just because we can transmute does not mean that we should transmute or we have to transmute. Sleeve missed Hive Mind. You tried, bot. For sure. I think I want to crack explosives on my opponent's Sand Step, because what that's going to do is it's going to allow me to just freely Primeval Titan. We can get Bounce Land plus Ghost Quarter, and we can make sure that we don't die to the Ink Moth Nexus. At that point, Walkie B is not going to be that huge just yet. But we can start developing our plan, and we can start to look for Primal Command value. Made you impulse by Primal Command. I mean, this card is sweet, but it's like 50 cents or something, so it's not even that big of a deal. The only thing I'm gonna say is, if you're planning on making any purchase of paper cards, you should definitely, you can support the stream, so you should definitely use that link over there. Support the stream for free while you buy cards from tcgplayer.com. Keep a bit skeptical about the card. I mean, it has a lot of flexibility. It really does have a lot of flexibility. So that really messes things up. But I can tap the Ballista for this turn. I think I want to do that. So my opponent's gonna, yeah, they're gonna put a counter here on the Walker. Then they're gonna get 3 tokens. They're gonna regen Ballista. Aokiji MTG with the tier 1 sub, coming back for the 2nd month in a row. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, AKG. Oh, shit, I forgot about the Osolith. I guess that it wouldn't have mattered, right? Because they just put the counters on the Ravager anyway, so. I don't think I'm going to be transmuting, so I'd rather... No, I guess I might actually transmute here. As long as they don't have scales, we're kind of okay. If they do draw the scales, then we're in a lot of trouble. But Ravager can double up the counters, however. Second Ravager is a lot of Ravagers. And that's also very good for them. It's effectively 2 counters. The good thing is that Ink Moth is not doing too much right now. There's no way they just have lethal, is it? Oh shit, there is. They just have lethal. Just throw all of those counters onto the Ballista. That's gross, man. That is so gross. They would have only been able to do that thanks to the second Ravager. Insane. Wow. Very impressive. Just casually putting 27 counters. Wow. Alright, well played, opponent. Well played. Easy 40 damage. Yeah, no big. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Opponent's not playing Lurrus. BRB buying into scales. That turn was hot. It really was. No Lurrus means they play Recombiner. Not necessarily. I'm not sure Recombiner is particularly great. Vorinclex would be good. Yep. Definitely. Watch Wizards, make some mugs and only taps for colors if you control a creature with +1/+1 counter. That would be nice. To be fair, that was very cool though. That was very, very cool. Ravager is a messed up card. Sure. Yeah, this seems like a fine hand. It's even good against stuff like Damping Sphere and whatnot. Like it just kind of covers everything. Yeah, this hand's just great. We do die if my opponent has like a not so like very quick Ink Moth kill or something like that. Never mind, we don't die anymore. Steel Overseer. Seems like my opponent kind of kept a more robust mid-rangey style hand. Okay. Opponent could have Nature's Claim, and that would definitely suck for us, but looks like they don't. And I'm just killing the 1/1s here. Again, if we untap, I don't think we can realistically lose unless my opponent just has an insane turn here. We're just gonna need like Ravager and a bunch of bodies, so... Because we are out of green cards for this. Also, I should have attacked. I missed on 2 damage. It's probably not gonna matter. Creature with counters dies. Also gets as many counters. Melody gives another artifact creature the counters. And yeah, it basically doubles the counters. That's how my opponent got to a ballista on 40, right? No scales needed. Just your casual 40-40 ballista. Just your casual 40-40 ballista. Scales is such a sweet deck too. Definitely happy to see folks trying out Scales again. His hand slaps. That's how I die. Don't Ravager me, bro. Don't Ravager me. Don't Ravager. Just play a Hangerback Walker or something like that. Get your value, opponent. Get some nice little value. That's slightly more scary. Slightly more scary. The good thing is that we're not dead to a Ravager on the Inkmoth Nexus, so that's good. Ravager would still kind of destroy me though. Because Ravager kills the Dryad, Dismember on Dryad. As long as this is not followed by Nature's Claim here or something like that, we're fine. Okay, that guy's okay. Although I guess that we can't Azusa. Is that good? Yeah, that's actually good. We can't haste because we drew the stupid Stronghold, but when I played the Tolarius last turn, I was playing around one removal because I didn't want to play the Tolarius and then my opponent dismember the Dryad in response. And also I was setting up Transmit for explosives. But now that we drew the Gracer, we can just prime time. Fortunately, no hasting. I think we play things defensively here, and we can start getting aggressive next turn. If my opponent attacks with the Worker, I'm going to block with the Gracer. If they attack with the Ballista, I'm blocking with the Primeval Titan. Ravager seems like my opponent's only way of staying in this game. Seems like it's Ravager or bust for them. Hardened Scales got some very cool promos last years. Yeah, this was pretty neat. If my opponent has Damping Sphere, that means that my Titan doesn't die, so we're still fine. That was Mecha Godzilla? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not particularly I'm not particularly familiar with the Godzilla franchise. Yeah, I'm familiar with Walking Ballista though. It is kind of cool. I wonder how they would look in paper. You'll ever watch the 60s Kong versus Godzilla? It's top tier shit posting. Saiki, one of the best of the 60s series. They are bent IRL. Yeah, stupid freaking foils, man. Kong literally jumps a tree inside of Godzilla mouth. It's legit. That's how you know that my opponent's not fucking around, right? Look at this line right here. Look at this line right here. My opponent is a pro. My opponent is a freaking Hardened Scales professional. Look at that. That was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. Well, I mean, they had scales and they had Oscillith, so by doing what they just did, basically they enable themselves to grow the ballista past Primeval Titan size, which is just delightful. We are luck sacks though, so probably not gonna matter, but still pretty awesome. My opponent's only gonna be able to kill one of these prime times. And they have to, which means that their ballista becomes tiny. I could pact for Dryad, but I think I'd rather force my opponent's hand right here. Because otherwise they just ping the ballista, and I don't get to haste my prime time, so... Anyone remember the old days when Affinity was bad guy? Feels like so long ago. It really feels old, yeah. Moxopol was a hell of a drug. Yeah, I don't know how much I agree that Affinity was the bad guy. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Mirrodin is when Affinity was the bad guy, never mind. You are right. Atok plus Berserk plus Fling. That's hot. Yeah, Affinity was always a good guy in Modern. That's true. That's true. Got my first FNM 5-0 with Affinity. Oof, remember? Remember the days of FNM? Those were the days. Did if Alliance were ridiculous? Yeah. That was a good ban, I think. I did, however, enjoy for my 3 mana elves to be 2 mana, like 3 mana to 2 stone rains. What was the name of the card? Elvish. It was like a worse version of Rex Age. I can't remember the name of the card. But it was basically the same thing, except it was a 2-2 instead of a 2-1. Oh yeah, this one was a baller too. This one was a total baller. Viridian Shaman, there you go. Viridian Shaman. I knew that Chad was gonna have my back. There we go. This one. Good stuff. Good stuff. Opponent lets me serve. So this is 14. So the goal is to make it so I can present lethal. And I can force my opponent to basically sacrifice the ballista. So here we're gonna get a bounce, another semi-growth chamber, and we're gonna get a fetch land. And now we're gonna have Ghost Squatter to Ghost Squatter ourselves for lethal. And now we force them to, we use a bunch of counters on the Triad. Three damage. Fetch for a breeding pool. Bad luck at your face. I may go squattering myself. I don't think I will squattering myself. But I am gonna dismember the walking ballista. They get 3 counters on the Oscillate, but they can't really use them, so. Alright, playing for another Fabo. Should you dismember first? Yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I don't think my opponent can win. I was thinking about Damping Sphere, that's a way that they win, but if they Damping Sphere, we can go squatter ourselves, so it's still fine. Can I have one of my trophies? I don't even have that many. How many trophies do I have? Like 4? Yeah, like a trophy noob. Trophy noob. Hell yeah, prediction has been started. Stabs is here. The only responsible mod that I have, apparently. So we're gonna get some predictions going. Love it. You did the prediction? Alright. Good job then. Alright. My opponent also at 5-0, so I think I'm keeping this hand. If we find a bounce land, this hand slaps. Opponent moves to 5. I was sitting a cookie, I'm sorry, damn it. Made a wet splash list last right with 1 Tinter, 1 Primal Command, and I was gonna use my channel points for Dono deck. I don't think that splashing white is where it's at. Oh no, my opponent has been last seen playing Wooburg. Wooburg. Oh, that's what Wooburg means. Good to know. Bounce land. Let's go. Bounce land off the top, nice and easy. Because we're dead next turn, so we'd better find a bounce land. We're fucking dead. Bounce land. God damn it, it feels so good. Why is this deck so good, chat? Could you please explain why this deck is so good? I'll wait. I will wait for you to explain to me why this deck is so incredibly good. Give me that turn 2, because the turn 2 is what I wanna do. Turn 2, baby, turn 2, baby, oh, yeah. Hook me up with that turn 2. Yeah, turn 2. Hook me up with that turn 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is fine. Hook me up with that turn 2. Hook me up with that turn 2. Yeah. Turn 2, turn 2, turn 2. Alright, now we're fucked because we have nothing for this matchup. We get absolutely nothing for this matchup, so we're gonna get got right now. Oh man. I tried to really enjoy that win. Let's stick to the drums. Damn it. Should become a new song by DF. Oh man. Yeah, no Stacy's. So Bog is literally a dead card. Do we have to do better than this? It's not better than this. This is better than that. Okay, cool. So keep bottom and bottom. Prime time? One time? Can we top deck the prime time, please? Prime time off the top. Let's go! No! No! God damn it. No fear in this dojo. So unlucky. How can somebody be this unlucky? Honestly, it's mind-boggling how unlucky somebody could be. We do get to look at their deck. We get to look at the cards. So this is just like no Thoughtseizes, no nothing. Just like two natural states. They got Thassa's Oracle? So I assume that Sword of the Meek is one of their cards in hand. Can play Force of Vigor to kill Sword of the Meek in response to the last one, and then they don't have 3 MC. Depends on how they sequence. Like your opponent can actually play around it fairly easily. Interesting that they're not playing Nexus. They're actually not playing Nexus because they have 0 cards left in their deck. Maybe they shuffled it away, or they cyborged it away. Maybe for fog, red fog. Maybe it could be in hand. Yeah, that's also true. Okay, now we are on the play. Now we are on the play. Can we get there? Yeah, there's no Tormods in the sideboard. Not even sorry to see me get punked out. Why? Why are you so mean? HN5D MPF? Come on. We're playing fair magic, exactly. We are the good guys here. We are the good guys for sure. Yep, so I don't think there's anything else I would like to change. What if I support the generate combo? Tough. Tough questions. You can't be the good guy after turn 2 in the turn 3 combo deck. That's just not true. That's just not true. Okay, we have some interaction here. I'm assuming that my opponent's gonna have... I'm assuming that they're gonna have some form of... like Thoughtseize style cards now. Yep. That sucks. So that probably means that we're gonna lose. But I mean, at least I'm happy that I played the AmuLIT here. Yeah. Oops was definitely supposed to die with the monkey. This is just a mistake. What we're seeing here. Mistake. Can we top the Ganasusa or a Dryad? Please? I'll also take Ghost Quarter. They're really tanking on this. Ooh, okay, Asusa. Let me punish them. Asusa off the top. Sad face. So that probably means that we're going to be dying on turn 3. Yep. Force of Vigor. I can't explain to you, chat, how sad I am right now. I honestly can't even put it in words. Can't put it in words how sad I am right now. Womp womp. Wait, only one chill? Kick weight? Kick weight? Excuse me? Am I missing something here? Resnove, thank you for that follow. Lucky day. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on just yet. Like, my opponent floated a mana, so maybe they just have Nature's Claim here or whatever. Hello, Daniel, thank you for the follow. I guess it's not Nature's Claim, it's Natural State or whatever. They just assume I was gonna pack it in. Oh, Memory's Journey. So they Memory's Journey to not die. But they can't attack. So they Memory's... They know that I have a Titan in hand. Thassa's Oracle and Pentad Prism is what they put on top. So I guess unless I misclick, I got him. That was weird. We still got one land drop, so this is 6 mana. We get to double Titan them. I can't beat Black Force, so I guess I'm not gonna beat Black Force. I'm not gonna play around Black Force, I mean. What is going on? That weird glitch. God damn it, what is going on? Why is it doing that thing? I think my opponent is going for the hope you misclick value play. This is peak moto, it kind of is. Come on. Float mana, float mana, float mana, float mana. Bounce. Yes. Suva. Radiant Fountain. Suva that. Mana, float mana, double strike there, double strike the other one. Give it quadruple strike. Yeah, that's the strat. Feels good. So how did the folks that bet on the didn't bet, the folks that made the correct prediction, you have successfully earned this right here. Good stuff, good stuff. Where are you, AmuLIT list? I always lose you amongst this sea of AmuLIT lists that are now all illegal because of because of the freaking ban. There we go. AmuLIT is alive and well, folks. AmuLIT is alive and well. You really have to jump through a lot of hoops sometimes. You really need to jump through a lot of hoops sometimes, but you still can turn those into wins. Deck is fun, deck is delightful, strongly recommended, strongly recommended. Now that all of the combo decks have slowed down significantly, Pact of Negation becomes a lot more exciting, and just the deck itself becomes a lot more exciting because it can actually kind of compete with all the turn 3 combo decks. In fact, we beat my opponent that was going to kill me on turn 3 by killing them on turn 2, right? So, is this deck expensive or NTGO? No, it really isn't. I think that the only expensive cards are Cavernous Souls, and that's it. Because before, Engineered Explosives at one point was like 50 tickets in Moto, but like that's just not the case anymore. You can see on the Stream Decker, I think. No, the Stream Decker, I guess, doesn't have prices. No, it does, yeah. It's around 150 tickets. And if you're interested in getting tickets, I am selling tickets for 90 cents a piece. So if you're interested in getting into Magic Online, not only 2 options. You can buy tickets from me, way to support the stream. Thank you for that. Or you can also go to Mana Traders and you can rent the deck by using definitely you have to go and use the link that you see on the screen, but you can also use the coupon code FEvolution_OLC and you get a 15% discount whenever on your first 3 months. So if you, I got you covered. Whether you want to buy the deck or whether you want to rent, I got you covered in both ways. Purchase tickets from me, it's good value. Thank you, Stabs. Thank you. We got a nice little word of appreciation. Yeah, he hasn't robbed me yet. Not yet, not yet. But don't call it too early. Don't call it too early just yet. Okay, so the question marks of this list. Definitely the Primal Command, though I have enjoyed it. This is definitely a question mark, but I have enjoyed the card a fair amount. Other question marks, Gracer or Stacy. I think right now I'm in the Gracer camp, but this can change in the blink of an eye as soon as the metagame takes a shift, right? Hornet Queen, big question mark. Honestly, I'm not sure whether this card should be in the deck or not just yet. Excavator, big question mark. Radiant Fountain in the sideboard is just one of the many options. Like I'm playing 1 Fountain, 2 Bailouts. I'm very much respecting the aggro decks. We could try Gargaroth, we could try other cards as well, but I think that these are probably the best. Not so much against the Blue-Red Prowess deck, although the Blue-Red Prowess deck have actually been using Vapor Snack, so that makes me want Bailoff definitely over the other nonsense. And a Hornet Queen also seems kind of interesting against the Prowess deck because of this very reason. Hornet Queen always is, of course, pretty solid against Vapor Snag. Not so solid against Lava Dart, but like still, like, even if your opponent Lava Darts 2 of your tokens, you still have three bodies, right? So am I interested in trying Fierce Empath again? I really doubt it. I really doubt it. Thragtusk, I think that Bailoff is just better than Thragtusk. It's a lot easier to make it to 4 mana than 5. It just works better. It just works better with both the fact that we're playing Explore or just with AmuLIT. You can go land, and then play a bounce land, and then you can cast your Bailoff. This has happened. This happens all the time, honestly. Tormod Script it's a card that you can play, but usually we are fine against the graveyard decks anyway, unless they turn to Blood Moon you, like my Dredge opponent did in the first league. So unless they do something completely absurd like that. But Tormod Script is definitely an interesting one. And we of course want Tormod Script over something like Relic because we can actually transmute for it. So I could definitely see Tormod Script as an addition, but like I don't think that Oops All Spells is necessarily a member of the metagame. Like I wouldn't really consider it part of the metagame, and we're already pretty advantaged against Dredge anyway, so I don't think that we really need the Tormod Script against Dredge, so no real reason to be playing that. If we go good, no, that's my point. Like I don't think that Gargaroth is too good. What Gargaroth has though is that Gargaroth just does well against like Ponza decks and stuff like that. Not necessarily against John because they have, or like against control decks because of Path to Exile and Assassin's Trophy and stuff like that. But against specifically like Red Rim mid-range or stuff like that, you also get Gargaroth in there. Even against John Shadow, Gargaroth is pretty interesting. Speaking of John Shadow, Chameleon Colossus is for sure a consideration for the sideboard as well. So we have a lot of ways that we can go about it. I think that 1 explosives main, 2 explosives in the board is where I want to be right now after playing like 8 leagues, maybe 10 leagues in the current modern format. So triple explosives seems like a good call. Has Trophy and Glory Banger, yeah, exactly. But yeah, those are my thoughts here. This could be something else, but if like I don't think that I want a Dryad in this slot, for example, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that Dryad is what I'm looking for here. Honestly, I don't even know. If I wanted to play a 4th Dryad, which I don't even know what I would cut for it. Maybe an Explorer, but like I really like Explorer in this metagame, like kind of mid-rangey and stuff. But yeah, this list has felt pretty good. I have liked this for sure. That's gonna be it for me today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the likes and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.